with the help of other state agencies. Schools will remain closed today, but principals, teachers, and staff are expected to attend and assist with the cleanup efforts. Weather conditions are set to improve throughout the day, allowing government agencies to properly assess damages and begin cleanup. On to some other news. The Tractor Pool Unit of the Division of Food Security, Natural Resources, the Environment and Sustainable Development received 20 new vehicles. The cohort contains the most vehicles ever commissioned for the Tractor Pool Unit. Farmers will benefit from the new tractors, excavators, trucks, rotavators, Ford Rangers, and other heavy equipment. And nationally, former national gymnast Thema Williams initiated garnishee proceedings against the TT Gymnastics Federation for a judgment still owed to her 4 years after the court ordered compensation. In 2018, Justice Frank C. Prasad awarded her a $200,000 judgment for lost opportunities and endorsements after the TTGF biasly prevented Williams from representing the country at the 2016 Olympics. The judge ordered a freeze on TTGF's accounts for payment. However, the TTGF argued that the state was responsible for issuing the payments. The TTGF was then given 1 week to file an affidavit or risk a court-ordered freeze on its accounts. And that was the news in 90 seconds. It is back to you, Julian.
Thank you very much there, Candice, bringing us the news this morning on this Friday the 7th of October 2022. Yes, folks, we're in the final quarter of the year as we wind down, and this time around wind down figuratively and literally, because it is the Tobago Carnival month as we enjoy the celebrations here in our Tobago space, and further to that, heading straight on down to December for Christmas of 2022. It's that kind of time of the year as we wind things down here in the Tobago space. All right, and therefore connecting with us this morning, we will be in conversation with Deputy Chairman of the Tobago Carnival Committee, Mr. Kevon McKenna. We'll also be hearing this morning from local recording artist, Jay Kez. And we also look forward to connecting with another local recording artist, Ainsley King. And he's also president of the Trinbago Unified Calypso Association. So this morning we're talking entertainment, we're talking energy, we're talking carnival, all things Tobago as we go forward here on the Tobago Updates morning show. Viewers, at this point we head on into some birthday celebrations this morning. Birthday celebrations. All right, and we begin on screen with Kai John. I met this young lady through the Youth Assembly program. Exceptional and outstanding indeed. And this morning I want to take the time out to extend happy birthday going out to Kai John. Trust that you have an enjoyable birthday celebration. On screen with us, known as Cousin Lorraine Elder. This greeting is coming from Rhea and the entire family, going out to Cousin Lorraine Elder. All right, wishing you a happy birthday. And we have on screen with us Dr. Ty Richardson, also the cousin of our very own Rhea, and Rhea is sending out her greetings to you. Happy birthday, and happy birthday coming from Rhea and the entire family here in Tobago, wishing you a happy birthday, Dr. Ty Richardson. And let me see if I can get it in that Candice Jackson voice. These are her twin babies. And she says they aren't babies anymore. But she wants certainly to wish them a happy birthday. Shanae and Shanice John, wishing you a happy birthday coming from Auntie Candice and the entire family. Wishing you all the best today as you celebrate. And at this point, viewers, we turn a bit onto some condolences this morning. And we're sending out condolences to the family of Jamal Thompson. At this point, a very, down time here for us in the Tobago space, and therefore we're sending out condolences to the entire family. And especially in these times, we ask persons to certainly, as we do in Tobago, Trinidad and Tobago, and the region at large, to lift up the family in prayer. This is a challenging time, no matter the circumstances or situation. And there's nothing beyond God at the end of the day, so we really ask you to lift the family up in prayer at this time. All right, we also have some footage where the roadway would have given away there, and you see it on a screen now. Yep, and this is in the vicinity there of Bamboo Gully, and this viewer, and I ought to say the individual on camera was able to capture this live in terms of the movement of the roadway, and it really speaks to the extent in terms of nature in itself. And you really cannot predict how some things will work and how some things will happen. And therefore we ought to be so cautious indeed. I sat there when I saw this video in the first instance, and for a moment I thought it was a movie. The fact that we were able to capture this, that this was captured live, you thought it was a movie, and you really didn't even want to believe that this was actually happening here within our Tobago space. And therefore it really speaks to us being very cautious as far as we can possibly be. But more than that, they really speak to, as my family and my parents growing up would say, when it comes to nature, it's not as predictable. Water will find a way, and even worse, when it begins to undermine and to cause challenges, we see what the effects can be. All right, so indeed we want to say, please folks, make every effort to keep safe out there. Those who have the responsibility in relation to the cleanup efforts and responding to these emergencies, we want to say commendations to you coming from the Tobago Updates family. You have indeed done an exceptional job, and we thank you for continuing to respond. Tima has been particularly outstanding, and I say that without fear or favor, especially when I pay attention to the national response. Well done, Tima. Well done, Tima, here in the Tobago space. We want to say our kudos and the commendation, because we've seen a number of complaints coming far and wide at the national level in terms of the response to disaster management. And therefore we want to send commendations to all the staff out here, those operating out of the TRHA, the Division of Infrastructure, those who are also within the police service, and all the relevant services that have sought to respond in order to assist our citizens here within the Tobago space. We want to say commendations to you, and particularly at this time, this is where the usual test is to ensure that the effort is there to really meet the needs of our citizens. Yes, it may be many. Yes, it may be challenging, but I also want to take the opportunity to remind us of our individual responsibilities. If I live in a community and an area where I am not directly affected, but there are those in and around who are affected, it's important for us to provide that kind of support. Let's resort to that kind of Tobago spirit and energy that we're aware of. All right, so we want to thank each and every one of you for connecting with us, those of you joining us via TV. This morning we also want to send out, Gael is one of the stations that we come to you live on each and every day, and therefore it is our understanding and information that Mr. Errol Fabian, he would have posted a video on his social media indicating that he was in a vehicular accident, but he is recovering, and therefore we want to wish him a speedy recovery, Errol Fabian, as he continues to make his contribution here in the Trinidad and Tobago space. So we want to thank each and every one of you joining us, those joining us via Gael, those connecting with us via M&E TV, those of you listening to us on Smash Radio, and also listening to us via Street 91.9 FM, and those of you connecting with us online. We want to thank you for the continued love and support, and thank you for choosing the Tobago Updates morning show. This is your opportunity to share the live, share the live, share the live.
MI4 Security Services Company is the most advanced security service in Tobago. Ask about our cash in transit service. It's safe, risk-free, reliable, and timely. We provide safe banking delivery for all business types and sizes with highly trained staff, 24/7 monitoring, coordinated emergency response, and a well-maintained fleet of armored vehicles. Contact us at 660-7723 or visit our website at www.mi4securitytt.com to sign up today.
Everybody only worrying. Never ever worry. Don't mind how things looking hard. I tell them never ever worry. If your lights can't get damaged bad. I tell them never ever worry. What I'm saying is true. So just consider, Tatil is always right here for you. I tell them never ever worry, don't mind if life make you sad. I tell them never ever worry, if your house get flooded out real bad. I tell them never ever worry, what I'm saying is true. So just consider, Tatil is always right here for you. I tell them never ever worry, if sickness catch you off guard. I tell them never ever worry, if times fall on you real hard. I tell them never ever worry, what I'm saying is true. So just consider, Tatil will always be here for you.
Never worry about a thing. Tatil, where people are people. You know what I mean.
Mamai Lakai Home Services. We specialize in cleaning of carpets and rugs, mattresses, living room and dining room sets, vehicle detailing, cleaning and sanitizing of homes and commercial spaces. We also do landscaping and tree cutting, pressure and power washing, floor care, fumigating and air purifying. You can also call us for professional painting services, babysitting and adult sitting. Call us now 333-4430 at Mamai Lakai Home Services. We take cleaning to another level.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning. Good morning.
Good morning, viewers, and welcome back to the Tobago Updates Morning Show. It is 7:16 a.m. and thank you for choosing the Tobago Updates Morning Show, coming to you here live from the Port Mall in Scarborough. In this segment, viewers, we are chatting with Kevon McKenna, Deputy Chairman of the Tobago Carnival Committee. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning to you and good morning to viewers. Good
All
morning
right.
to also your listeners.
So I got the chance to glimpse before we get on in fully to the Tobago Carnival calendar. Tell us how that progress with the gym has been going. I see that you have joined the masses, as is customary for any carnival, any carnival period. People take the time out, and we are seeing it in and around and throughout the Tobago space. How has that been in response from Tobagonians getting going to the gym this time around?
Well, could take you back from probably last year when we spoke to a number of these gym owners and gym instructors. When the carnival comes, you have to use this part of our marketing to energize the space. So you have, of course, the Downtown Fitness, owned by Mr. Lyndon Bacchus. They are fully pumped. They have a large aerobics class and it continues to grow. You have Miss Sherry Ann Byron coming with her Fit for the Road. That's 3 days and the final week. That will be a truck type event, and it's whining and gyrating, getting the waist in tune. I also saw stuff from Mr. Doniel Vincent with the Stand Firm Porridge down in Plymouth. So the gym people are doing what they're doing to ensure that you are fit for the road. And it's also part of a bigger plan where you use Carnival as a catalyst to really change some lifestyle diseases in terms of your high blood pressure and that sort of stuff.
Given the closeness of the celebrations from Tobago Carnival in October straight into the start of 2023, are you hopeful that people will continue in terms of gymming it in preparation and in the lineup?
Well, that actually was the concept, because you would not stop. The idea is you should not stop. So you will get ready for the October Carnival and you'll go straight into the National, which should signal someone being in the gym at least 6 to 8 months. And once you're doing the gym, your meal prep, your meal will change and your lifestyle itself will change. So it is an indirect way of helping persons to change your that lifestyle or your eating habits, the bad eating habits that we have, that is.
All right. As we head on in to talk about the calendar, we saw the official start to the Tobago Carnival, an October month in particular, with Dream, the event hosted by Mighty Crush. And therefore, we are looking forward now to what is a series of activities. Tell us a little bit about the variety that we are to expect coming for the lineup for the Tobago Carnival calendar as we sing on screen.
Well, I myself, like the rest of Tobago, was really surprised, taken aback a little bit actually, at the amount of events. And that to me says, that persons are buying into this carnival and persons are seeing, okay, we can make that profit or that economic benefit. And there's something I always said in the early is that, this carnival, we have to decide where we are. Are you just going to be a participant? Are you going to be an investor? Or are you going to be just working? right? And you have to look and see how this carnival, you can make it benefit you. Not just the hotels, not just the car rentals, not just the food vendors, you know, but the makeup parties. Last week I was chatting with a private personal chef. And he said this is one of the best things because he is making, and that is the important thing for this carnival, the trickle-down effects. Persons like Mr. Ruston Wood, you know, they would now shop more so that, you know, because they have to attend events. So, you know, they need the bulk of clothes to get there. And Anton Parks, you know, we do hope, you know, they continue shopping so that they can attend the events. And we don't only see them in a Tobago Updates uniform as an excuse to attend the fete, you know. Go out, buy clothes and party. We also have Miss Candice Jackson, who I know will be cooking for a state event on the 17th in Pembroke. I see Mr. Ruston Wood signaling you there to cut me off, but that's okay.
And we definitely have to get some footage of that out there with Candice going out to the events as well. But as we speak to the events, what's the approximate number of events that we have on record happening here in the Tobago space in October?
I saw about 80. I think it went up a little bit, so we'll use a little over 80.
How do you respond to persons that raise the concern that, you know, this isn't necessarily carnival, but what it is a coming together of fetes and events happening in the Tobago space, very much mirroring what we see in Trinidad?
Well, I would ask them, well, exactly what is carnival, right? And who gets to decide what is carnival? And the major elements that plays that role in the carnival is your mass, your juve, your pana, your calypso, and your soca. And you are seeing these things on the calendar now. There is the calypso monarch for the kids. There is a senior calypso monarch. I think Mr. Ainsley King, the president of Tuko, and the carnival committee member will be on later this morning to speak to the calypso monarch. And you also have the soca monarch. So the persons that are guiding those events will come on and give you an insight of that. We have our juve and have our mass. And a matter of fact, we have over the years in the Tobago space separated the promoters from the carnival, which doesn't make sense because the promoters play an integral role in the build-up to the carnival, and that is why from the committee we said, listen, we need a month of activities because once all these events will need DJs, they would need sound system, and that is how you generate that economic benefits. So we can't say it's just Trinity Carnival because you go to Miami and you have the same fete. You go to Notting Hill and you'll have the same fete. It's for you to choose, okay, I'm only going to do 2 fetes, 3 fetes, or 4 fetes. But at the end of the day, the bigger picture of these events is that these events can now hire a number of the local entertainers, and that is what you want coming out from a carnival.
Tell us about the plans. We would have had on with us just around earlier this week or last week, representatives from Spice Mass confirming that they will be coming to Tobago. Tell us about hosting them here in the Tobago space and showcasing what we have to offer from this, our first Tobago Carnival.
Well, as you know, Tobago, we did it's an exchange program. Tobago was invited, I think, St. Lucia and St. Vincent. So now they are returning if you want to put it in favor, 12 of them will be coming to Tobago, and they will have an intense program from the time they touch you on Friday. Their schedule will look something like, well, they'll have the little welcoming ceremony, of course, by the assistant secretary or secretary or member persons from the tourism and culture. Then you would move swiftly into, they'll be attending pan in the evening at 5 o'clock. Shortly after that, they wouldn't get no rest, just go home, change, and then they go to voice. After that, they will get a little rest, about 2 hours, and then they go to Juve, they go to Mud, then they will rest, then they will go to Night Mass, they will go to Rocks Glow, a little rest again, and then they will have the parade of the bands. The Monday, they will of course do the cool down. They will do Island Tour, and they can do a cool down as well. And then on Tuesday, they will depart. So their sleep time will be limited. I've already advised them for that. And look out for them. They will be wearing their flags in the masquerade or any event. They will have their Grenadian flags. So look out for them. Take a picture for them. And this is what we talk about building. Carnival can't just be a Tobago thing. We have to reach out to the diaspora and other countries if we are to progress and also to get that visitor arrivals in.
To get it in as we require. Viewers, we head on out break, so remember this is your opportunity. We'll be right back. Stay tuned to Share the Live, Share the Live, Share the Live.
This is it.
Excel Spa by Haley, where our highly trained staff are ready to deliver the top-class services in facial massages, waxing, nail enhancement and body treatment. We are ideally located at Tuko Avenue, Switzerland, Tobago. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, TripAdvisor, or you can call us on 730-0149. Exhales Spa by Haley. Relax, renew, and rejuvenate.
The best place to stay in Tobago is at Thorn's Place, with rates starting as low as 200 TT. Call or WhatsApp 745-7306 or 682-8676. We are located uptown Scarborough, 5 minutes away from the port. Remember, at Thorn's Place, our aim is to make your stay safe and affordable.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Good morning, viewers. It's 7:25 a.m. and welcome back to the Tobago Updates morning show, coming to you here live from the Port Mall in Scarborough. As we continue the conversation this morning with the Deputy Chairman of the Tobago Carnival Committee, Mr. Kevon McKenna. And we were just at that point in terms of discussing the events happening in the Tobago space. Tell us, what do you see as being the distinguishing feature of our Tobago Carnival for 2022?
There will be many. The top three for me will be, one, the sights and attractions we have to offer, of course, because that's what makes your island unique. Two will be our food. You know, we talk about the carbon dumpling, the pilau, the fish broth, the oil dung, and of course mud. Mud is one of the unique things that really separates our carnival from other carnivals. It's for that reason when we went to Grenada, we said, you know, mud meets the jab jab, and now for this carnival is the jab jab coming to meet the mud. So those three things can be used as unique identifiers for a carnival that separates us. The fetes will be unique in their own way, but it will be, of course, an amalgamation of, because you have some Trini promoters in the space and you have the Tobago promoters in the space, and they would have to know how they design their event, like dream, you know, the location they choose and how they choose in terms of the artists, the decor. Each event will be unique in its own light.
I was particularly impressed with the use of the Shore Park space for Dream. Well, obviously I saw you there and I expect to see you at every event that I am at, because as Deputy Chair you have to be at every event.
I agree, and I hope
for the Tobago Carnival.
I hope my secretary, assistant secretary is listening, that I need to be at events. It's work. It's not partying, it's work.
But I was particularly pleased to see in terms of, and many Tobagonians responded in the same light with what Dream was able to do with their team and working along with the Shore Park complex as one of the facilities that we have seen, you know, in terms of how it was utilized. Can we look forward to that over the carnival season in terms of some of these spaces that we have not traditionally seen utilized for fetes and events of this nature really being transformed?
Well, you know, the majority of the events are actually privately owned or privately run. So it will be up to the private promoters and how they want to design the event and the space that they'll choose. I think the Calypso Monarch, the kids and the seniors most likely will be held at the Shore Park Cultural Complex.
All right. And we should have some images coming up of routes that would have been published. If you could just walk us through some, I think two of the routes that have been published thus far. And this is in Scarborough for the Parade of the Bands for 2022.
All right. So the Scarborough route is going to be based on stamina. So those who are going to the gym, good luck and well done. Those who did not go to the gym, you know, may God be with you. Ronell. So
this follows.
May God be with you. So you're supposed to starting point will be at the Isle of Tobago sign. You line up along that way, and you will proceed to Scarborough. So you're proceeding.
That's
up.
Heading to the east side, right?
Right, heading to the east, correct. And then you will turn left. You will go. So you're turning left at the port, sorry, and you go straight out past Tobago Festivals, the market, and you go straight out to the highway. You will then turn left onto the highway, come all the way down past Light and Life, past Bishops, past the Orange Hill traffic light, past Works, and then you will turn left into Lambo.
Oh, so it's coming through Lambo and not through Shore Park?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pass left into Lambo. You go down past the, where Dr. Mackenzie lives there, past her house. Make sure and shout out to Doc. And I think she celebrated her birthday recently. It's a happy belated Dr. Mac. You go down to past the graveyard, past Kristen Moore's house, go down to the beach. Then you turn left, come straight up by old licensing, past Scarborough Sec, that is going on down into the sea. Continue to the Shore Park facility, and you return to the waterfront.
All right. So this route in particular, you know, it appears to be long, so that it gives enough enough of a stretch. Is the intention to give enough of a stretch for the masqueraders?
I think
does this cater for people of all you know, health conditions and so on, and stamina?
Well, I mean, there will be rest stops along the way for persons, but I think we would also look at the route as well, because the route is catering for, in terms of the size of the trucks and the amount of trucks.
Yes.
This is why that route was selected by the powers that be.
Excellent. And I see we also have, I think, the route for Roxborough that will be utilized this time around. In terms of, and I'm seeing that we also going to be utilizing the back road there that goes up into the hills in Roxborough.
Yeah.
Within the Roxborough area.
So with this, the traffic will be, well, night mass is supposed to start at 6 p.m. We want to have an early starting. So the traffic will be diverted to Lamy Road, all right? And then the night mass, they will line up right after Lamy Road in front of the micro mall there. They would start there and go up to Boatyard and come back. And everyone who's playing in the night mass, they will have free access to the Rocks Glow show. It's going to be part of your package. When you sign up for your night mass, you gain access to that Rocks Glow show after.
So this stretch, in terms of two parts, one area speaks to what the traffic flow would be along Lamy Road. That's the area highlighted in red, folks. And that's cutting you through, that's Lamy Road in Argyle, that you'll be cutting through there. Whereas the area highlighted in green would be the masquerade route that goes along Pablo, you know, and a number of the areas, the gas station.
Only Maxis will be allowed to come through. What we encourage persons to do is park and ride and also team up. You know, everybody, Roxborough, the space is a little bit smaller. So everybody don't need to drive to say, I have a car and I'm coming up the road. You know, 3-4 persons could team up and come up the road to reduce any challenges it may have.
All right. Excellent. Excellent indeed. So anything else you'd want to share with us before we wrap up this morning as we look forward to the Tobago Carnival for 2022?
As I said, the only thing you should be worrying about now is how many events you'll be attending, what are you wearing, and also for the last week, we want to see those designers. You know, we have our local designers. Who would you be wearing to these events? You have Cassie, Frit, Daniel, you have Gavian, you have Daniel Clark. Those are the top 3 I could remember right now, you know. Who will you be wearing?
There's also Euphoric Designs.
Right. Ronald Wood, who will you be wearing, you know? I'm really stressing on Ronald Wood, because you know they would use the Tobago Updates t-shirts, and that is their carnival dress code. We want them in carnival clothes.
So you want the media to also be out there.
We want,
far and wide, and supporters of various media houses.
So the media house, like Daya and all of them in the background there that's smiling, you know, they should be in a mask costume covering the mask. You have to be part of it. You can't just be there in a button-up. So Candice, you know, we know she'll be cooking at the Law Estate. I'm not sure which meal she'll be choosing, if it's the fish broth or the oil down. But we want to go further and get Candice in a mask costume.
All right. So viewers, you heard it there, certainly calling out in terms of members of the media to also get involved in the lineup that will take place. And just before we wrap, we also have the final route on the lineup, which would be the Crown Point Juve route. So we're going to pull that up on screen as well, just to have our Deputy Chair for the Tobago Carnival Committee, Mr. McKenna, to walk us through that area. So we're pulling up on screen the Carnival, the Crown Point Juve route. So we've looked at Scarborough, we've looked at Roxborough, and this is the Crown Point route for Carnival 2022.
Juve is going to be a scene. Juve, we have about 23 bands, and we are starting from right after Stumpy's car park. and we go straight down into the main Crown Point area. Of course, we'll have some rest stops along the way where you'll have your toilets, if you need any water, thing like that, to go down. Yeah, so the Juve route is actually the most simple, and of course the back road will remain open for any emergency traffic. Again, we'll ask persons to do the same thing, park and ride, team up. Everybody don't need to drive to Crown Point. We know how the area is. Park and ride, team up with your friends, colleagues, mass bands, of course. Do shuttle service if you need to get your masqueraders in.
All right, so in this instance, the Stobbe local road is what would be open and coming in from Stumpy's bypass there to vehicular traffic, and the masquerade and so will flow on the, that's the main road heading down, as you mentioned, in front of all those businesses and so Viewport, Penny Savers and the likes, going down and heading to the Crown Point area. So folks, you've heard it, these are the routes for Tobago Carnival 2022, and a gentle reminder, this is our opportunity to come out and support, come out and participate and to get involved. The Deputy Chair would have also reminded us of the core weekend that follows through in terms of the final few days, the very last weekend in terms of the Carnival celebrations. And this is my opportunity to certainly shout out Mud on Mud from right up in my area. Mud is life, and many are looking forward to that experience. In fact, I've heard persons say, Skeet, I haven't played mud before, you know, but with the excitement and the promotion for this carnival, I definitely want to play mud.
So you're getting Miss Ali to be in the mud?
Ah, she's going to be in the mix as well.
All right. All right, folks, Miss Ali's going to be in the mud.
So certainly that's a call out there to our marketing manager to ensure that she is also in the mix for Tobago Carnival 2022. And if you know Kevin McKenna at all, he does not hesitate to get everybody involved in the Tobago space. So thank you very much again for joining us on set here at the Tobago Updates morning show. And viewers, we want to thank you so much for the continued love and support, and to remind you that this is your opportunity to share the live, share the live, share the live.
It's a different type of thing down there. And we party till we drop down there. With a lot of pretty girls down there. Down in Tobago.
You can now get whatever you need whenever you need it anywhere in Tobago with Tapago. Your meals, medication, groceries and shopping all delivered directly to you. No more hassle, no more stress. Get the Tapago app today on Google Play or Apple App Store.
That's TAPPOGO and let us deliver to you.
Check our website at www.tapogo.app or call the experts at 494-TOGO and 484-4746. Tapago. Relax. We will get it to you. Tapago's at your service.
Tobago Glass Supplies has been a leading name for over 37 years in the glass and aluminum market in Tobago. We provide an extensive range of high-quality, innovative aluminum and glass products for commercial and residential use. Competitive prices with superior and professional services by committed employees who are guided by rigid quality standards. Tobago Glass Supplies specializes in the manufacture and installation of glass and aluminum products that are essential to today's homeowners and the business environment. We are engaged in marketing, sales, and installation of a variety of products. These ranges from windows and doors to necessities such as mirrors for homes and vehicles, designed and manufactured in-house or imported. Sky
Cafe, the buffet restaurant that specializes in all your tasty local dishes. For breakfast and for lunch. Breakfast includes coconut bake and sada roti, served with chokers, bull joil, and sausages in tomato sauce. Not forgetting beef and cheese pies, shepherd's pie, macaroni pie, and rice in various styles. Meats served in a variety of flavors, garden salads, and pasta salads. All this accompanied by fruit juices, coconut water, your choice of a great combination to appease your taste buds. So call us today to order, as we are here to accommodate your busy schedules or if you are having a cooking day off.
Advertise with Tobago Updates. Call 284-6597. If you have a small or large business, we can get your information in front of the masses. Reach our rapidly growing viewership on Facebook and YouTube. Promote your brand in Trinidad and the Caribbean through M&E TV Now and Gayel. Yes, we can build unique ads for your business. Call now 284-6597 and advertise with us.
Our national borders, our first step to security, but a possible access point for guns, drugs, crime. If it does not look right, do the right thing. Call Crime Stoppers anonymously. 800-8477. Report possible border crime.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Good morning, viewers, and welcome back to the Tobago Updates morning show. It is 7:42 a.m. This morning here on this Friday, the 7th of October, 2022. And you know, when we change sets here, it's because we're getting into the energy and the hype and the vibe. But just before we go into all that here on set this morning on this Friday, again in the mood for a Carnival Friday kind of energy, we have on set with us JK's local recording artist. Morning to you.
Morning, Tobago.
All right, and for the benefit of those who are meeting you for the first time, let's start off by telling our viewers and listeners, who is JK's?
Right, so JK's is actually a soca artist, firstly, but I do, delve into R&B and dancehall as well. Actually, that's how I started, but eventually grew to love soca because soca is dynamic, so it has all different kind of, music you can mix in with the soca as well. But JK's is just a son of the soil, just promoting the music, love music, and looking forward to doing great things.
All right, what part of Tobago are you from?
I am from Scarborough.
All right, so probably right here in the Scarborough area. How long have you been involved in this industry?
I think it's about 12 years. My math could be a little bit off, but I started my first recording professionally was done when I was at the age of 18. And yeah, ever since then, I kept going at it. My first interview, they told me I was a baby. So, I'm back now. They can't say I'm a baby anymore. I did my homework, look at how to actually get certain stuff done, inclusive of writing music, how to, do it in a better way, and also recording. And I'm grateful for the opportunity by studios such as Stone Towers, and Full Stamp Music, Lee Tech Studios as well. Yeah.
What would you say is your encouragement for, what was that motivation to decide, hey, this is an area that I want to get into?
Music always lived in me I would have to say. The motivation was just hearing and seeing Marshall on stage performing, the Bungie showing in Chester as well, you know, big fan of showing as well, you know, and just saying, hey, you know, there's something I could do because I always had a singing voice, you know, big up to mommy, right? That's where I get from.
Shout out, shout out.
And yeah, that is my motivation, just the love of music, just is a love for music. I can't stop singing. Anybody who knows me, know I always singing. When I work, I singing, I play and I singing everything.
Excellent. And now we have what is the video premiere. Tell us a little bit about this, you know, the making of this video, which persons will be able to see very shortly.
Yeah. This was fun. This was a lot of fun. The making of Bad video was like a movie. It started off as a music video, but it turned into a movie afterwards because it had a great storyline. You know, we did some teasers before, but you know, the making of the video was fun. Everything was everything was natural, nothing was forced, and everything just fall into place. So yeah, the making of this was really fun, and I think people would enjoy it because it has some laughter, it has some, you know, serious parts, and everything is Tobago.
In terms of promoting Tobago.
The videographer, the places, you know, but you're going to see it looking very international. Look like Little Miami. We can put it that way.
Tell us about the soundtrack that we're hearing in the background.
Alright, so this soundtrack in the background is done by me, written by me, recorded by Stone Tower Studio, mastered as well. Alright, and this is the song that we did the video for. It is a song that is going to capture how, you know, well, listening to the lyrics, how Caribbean women dance around carnival time, you know. And then we as the male or the men would now determine which one of them girls better than the next one.
I agree, we have a responsibility to respond.
Yes,
not so.
Say, which one better than the next one? Nah, this one bad. You know, so when you hear bad, you say, nah, wait, this girl real bad. You understand? Bad in a good way.
In a good way.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to turn our attention to the video on screen.
She from the whining club. Mr. Girl, too bad, bad, bad. Oh, you wine so hard, Mr. Girl, like you're from Trinidad, bad, bad. When you wine down low, but the big say you're from me, go, go, go. Then you wine like all the girls from the archipelago, go, 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 go. Mr. Girl, too bad, bad, bad. Oh, you wine so hard, Mr. Girl, like you're from Trinidad, bad, bad. When you wine down low, but the big say you're from me, go, 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 go. Then you wine like all the girls from the archipelago, go, go, go. Said a girl like a yo, wind it up and then wind it fast and then go slow, bounce it on the beat, carry the feet, a girl a pro, so, make me feel it walk on between in your throat, in your throat. Me say girl you stop, stick, wine, tick, tock, tick, boom, flick, clock a click, sauce a tick, and that got the man them going wild, full of style, girl, child. Me say wine, me say wine, me say wine. Me say girl you too bad. So hard, me say girl like you're from Trinidad, dad. When you wine down low, but the big say from me, go, go. Then you wine like all the girls from the archipelago, go, go, go. Me say girl too bad, bad. Oh, you wine so hard, me say girl like you're from Trinidad, dad. When you wine down low, but the big say from me, go, 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 go. Then you wine like all the girls from the archipelago, go, 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 go. The girl a feel me fan from the Caribbean. She now a own no hand. She wanna wine and jam. She have a dirty plan. She wine on everyone. You better hold your man. She from the whining clan. Me say girl too bad. Oh, you wine so hard. Me say girl like from Trinidad. Then you wine down low, but the big say from me. Then you wine like all the girls from the archipelago. Go, 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 go. Me say girl too bad. Oh, you wine so hard. Me say girl like from Trinidad. Then you wine down low, but the big say from me.
So tell us about that journey with this video. where you appear to, the run started from Mount Irving.
Yeah, it was a chase because, you know, I decided now, hey, you know, I see something that I like, and I decided to pursue it. You know, she ended up, you know, saying when she gone, not paying me no attention, so I trying to catch up with her, but every time I try to catch up with her, failure. So,
she's on the move. She's on the move.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit. We've seen the video, and therefore we're hearing the song as well. That certainly connects with promoting this video. Certainly coming out here on the Tobago Updates morning show first. But I understand we should have a lineup of events and bars that you'd be at in the lineup this evening. Give us an idea for persons who are gonna be out for that after work live and want to connect with JK's.
Club Asia for sure. We'll be there. Alright, Jade Monkeys, we're supposed to be there as well. A number of bars in Crown Point.
Yes.
Once on hear the song ringing out, JK's is there. We're going to be performing every other hour. We're supposed to be by a different bar in Crown Point, but obviously stay tuned, follow me on the handles, J.Cares official. Each handle you could get me there, you know, and we'll be putting up what bar we're going to be by next, you know, performing the song. And also the other songs that I have. Yeah, I have 2 other songs out as well apart from Bad, which is Come Balance on the Lekito Jumbie rhythm, big up to Stone Towers again. And I also have a next song called Remember by Full Stamp Music with Shari Guerra. Yeah, we did a collaboration on that as well, so yeah, it's nice.
All right, and I know Shari's energy. So we're turning our attention here. All right, this is the one including Shari. Tell us a little bit about this.
Right, so this was vibes from the start, vibes from the beginning. You know, Full Stamp sent me the instrumental. They also sent me a guide as to what they want, you know. And I started writing the song, wrote the song in 2021, and we only released it here in 2022. Yeah. The collaboration video took place in one night, one session, you know, just the feelings between each other as we met on that particular night was just natural, and we did the video and it was a hit.
Excellent. All right, so we're going to turn our attention up. Let's get the video, and we don't see the energy on screen.
Remember the tribe, great is the carnival. Remember the people, remember the place, remember the walking, remember those days when we used to jump up and get on my bar. Remember the jump up, great is the carnival. Now we come together, different cultures, different atmosphere, system try to hold us, try to block us, but we just don't care. But you on the television, you're still whining finer than sun. Let me know by the show of hands if you come from the Caribbean, yeah. Remember the people, remember the stage, remember the bucket, all up in the rain. We used to dance, get on the mad. Remember the tribal, great is the carnival, yeah. Remember the people, remember the place, remember the walking, remember those days when we used to jump up and get on the bar. Remember the jump up, great is the carnival. Remember the people, remember the stage.
All right, certainly there, we're seeing you. Remind us again, this is on set with, this is Shari.
Yeah, Shari Guerra. So it was awesome. It was great working with her. You know, she did her part on the song, and we all brought light to the music. So this is the jump up song for the road, yeah? This is the jump up song for the road. So
all right. So which one are you going to give us a taste of this morning?
And we're going to do Bad, seeing that this is the video that we just released.
Excellent.
So yeah.
All right. So we're going to turn our attention over now as we head on into Bad. JK's.
Stand by.
Mr. Gelato, Mr. Gelato, Mr. Gelato, Mr. Gelato bad. Oh, you wine so hard, Mr. Gelato from Trinidad. Then you wine down, but the big say from Tobago. And you
When you wine like all the girls from the archipelago. Go. Me say girl too bad. When you wine so hard, me say girl like it. When you wine down low, but it is from the go. When you wine like all the girls. Let's go! The girl a feel me fan from the Caribbean. She now a Olo and she wanna wine and jam. She have a dirty class, she wine on everyone. You better. She from the wine and class. Me say girl too bad. When you wine so hard, me say girl like you don't connect. When you wine down low, but it is from the go. When you wine like all the girls from the archipelago. Me say girl too bad. When you wine so hard, me say girl like you don't connect. When you wine down low, but it is from the go. When you wine like all the girls from the archipelago. Go. Wine it up and then wind it back. Slow. Bounce it on the beat, girl, the girl so let me feel it back on between the legs.
MI4 Security Services Company is the most advanced security service in Tobago. Ask about our cash and transit service. It's safe, risk-free, reliable, and timely. We provide safe banking delivery for all business types and sizes with highly trained staff, 24/7 monitoring, coordinated emergency response, and a well-maintained fleet of armored vehicles. Contact us at 660-7723 or visit our website at www.mi4securitytt.com to sign up today.
Everybody only worrying. Never ever worry. Don't mind how things looking hard. I tell them never ever worry. If your nice car get damaged bad, I tell them never ever worry. What I'm saying is true. So just consider Tatil is always right here for you. I tell them never ever worry. Don't mind if life make you sad. I tell them never ever worry. If your house get flooded out real bad, I tell them never ever worry. What I'm saying is true. So just consider Tatil is always right here for you. I tell them never ever worry. If sickness catch you off guard, I tell them never ever worry. If times fall on you real hard, I tell them never ever worry. What I'm saying is true. So just consider Tatil will always be here for you.
Never worry about a thing. Tatil, where people are people. You know what I mean.
Mamai Lakai Home Services. We specialize in cleaning of carpets and rugs, mattresses, living room and dining room sets, vehicle detailing, cleaning and sanitizing of homes and commercial spaces. We also do landscaping and tree cutting, pressure and power washing, floor care, fumigating and air purifying. You can also call us for professional painting services, babysitting and adult sitting. Call us now 333-4430 at Mamai Lakai Home Services. We take cleaning to another level.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning, viewers, and welcome back to the Tobago Updates morning show. This morning, and we just want to give, we heading straight over from J. Cares, and let me ensure that we shout out also this morning management, Reynolds, Stewart, and all the love and support that we're seeing out there for our Tobago entertainers, really promoting, and we're heading from one straight on into another. No stranger here in the Tobago space, Ainsley King, local recording artist and president of Tuko. And therefore this morning we're going to chat a little bit in relation to the happenings, because you know you have to catch them in various capacities. And then we also going to be having a video premiere coming to you from Ainsley King. Ainsley, morning to you.
Morning, Julian, morning. And morning to Tobago.
All right. So we want you to tell us very quickly. We know that there are some activities with the major involvement of Tuko specific for the Carnival for 2022. Tell us how that's going.
Okay, so presently we have the auditions for the Tobago Monarch on Saturday at Shaw Park. Right, for the past week, registrations have been taking place all online. But the Calypsonians are well informed because the information went out, you know. So Saturday's auditions, we intend to select 12 finalists for the Tobago Monarch finals, right? And that is going to be staged on the 23rd of this month, October, at the Shaw Park Cultural Complex, starting at 6 o'clock, 6 sharp.
Right? All right, so we can look forward to, and that's going to be a competition.
It is the Tobago Monarch.
Excellent. So that's going to happen on the 23rd.
The 23rd.
The 23rd.
It's a Sunday.
All right.
Sunday,
and you said persons still have the opportunity auditions coming
so yeah, the deadline is really today, you know, so people still have time to get to register, and it's just online, you know. I mean, just get the link and, you know.
What has the response been like so far?
No, it's very positive, very positive. We have a very large number of people registered already, right? To say it's probably right now about 40 people, you know, and that's quite a lot because it's what 12 people we're looking for.
All right, and tell us a little bit, is this the same connection with the Tuko Carnival Lime, or is that a
no, it's totally, this is something for the Tobagonians to be able to participate and to be a part of in the carnival.
Right, and tell us about the Tuko Lime that I know that's carded for
the Tuko Lime is carded for the 29th, right? Saturday. Well, that is still there, set to go. You know, and look, we are looking forward to it. There's a premium all-inclusive lime, as we said. We have people like Ravi B, with Karma the band, and we also have All Stars. You know, two heavy bands here in Trinidad, of both of two different backgrounds. One is the East Indian background, well, African, but it's all Trinidad and Tobago. And then we have artists like Ivor George, Johnny King, and a whole large number of surprises. We also want to include people, you know, some of the locals. I'm not going to go pushing the names because we're still, you know, selecting some and so on. But guys from the Heritage Rhythm is expected to be there. People like Royal, people like Prince Unique, you know, and Marvin and others. But we're trying to give as much Tobagonians a chance to get a play anything, you know.
All right. Are you therefore satisfied with what is now appearing to be the greater involvement of the calypso and so within the Tobago Carnival?
Well, brother, I have to be satisfied because I have a mandate to ensure that these people have something to do and something happen. You know, it has been very challenging, but you know, I guess that's life, you know.
All right. So as we head on, and we're going to chat a little bit now in relation to the video premiere that is upcoming.
A blow, because finally I get to talk about my music and talk about me, my creativity and so on. It's not easy, you know, but yeah. So
tell us a little bit about that. You know, most people see you in your capacity. You know, you would have started and obviously been very active and involved in the industry. Because but sometimes people only see now president of Tuko. People see the administrative side. But tell us a little bit about the entertainer.
I want to change it because I came into this thing for the sake of entertainment, you know. And for years, I've been challenged because the Tobagonians and the coming from Tobago is very challenged, has been very challenged. We said the carnival come now, this might bring a change, but it is even more challenging, you know. So, you know, but I put a lot into that, but I think I'm taking back that, I've taken myself back, and I'm going to make sure that my creativity hit the world. And right now I'm peaking because great ideas coming. And I have a very strong team working with. So the world have to look out because I realize this is my peace. This is the thing that brings me peace of mind and comfort. So I'm going to stick with it. And people could look out for good music coming from Ainsley. are coming with it.
All right. And tell us a little bit. We're hearing in terms of the soundtrack.
In the back.
That's all now, yes.
Jaja in control, man. This is what have taken me through. So this is really a testimony of the power or what I've used to really survive the kind of challenges, attack, defamation, because I've had it, you know. I've had it. People saying things about you, don't even know and all that, but you're going, but This is how they treat people. Look at what happened with the chief secretary. Look what happened. Once you find yourself in permanent position, this is how the people go. But God has taken me. And trust me, Julian, it has worked for me so much that I've decided to do a song now to actually share with others, because people need to know the power that lies within, you know, that source of creativity, which is really Oladumare. Because, I mean, that is what I believe in. But it's the same God, you know. It has worked for me and working for me. So this is what this song is about.
What would you say to those younger ones coming up in the industry that sometimes might be a little bit daunted when they see, you know, the challenges to press
it's hard, you know, because look, Trinidad, Tobago stories. We know how with Tobago Carnival, and we've seen where some of the efforts are being disregarded. But my advice for them is, as a creative, do your music, do solid music. Because at the end of the day, it's not about Tobago, who like you, whatever. It's about quality music that the world is waiting for. So just do that and see that. And don't look at any other thing. Because this is what I'm doing, and Juliet, trust me, it's working. I'm putting down quality music. Even the Tobago will sing for Carnival song there. It's based on Tobago, but this is not a song that just lies for Tobago. This is a song that the world, that people out there waiting to enjoy. It's creativity, it's art. And this is what they have to look at. Don't look at people, look at you. And do what you love and just continue to do it.
All right. So we want to get going with the video premiere. What can we look forward to in this video before we...
Julian, it's self-explanatory because the video done at the day. So we need to give the people a chance to vibes it themselves at this point, Julian.
Excellent. So let's head on over to the video premiere taking place here, coming to you live on the Tobago Updates morning show. It's Overload.
At this time, we may have to turn around. The Tobago Airport is in overload.
Across the hall, a crystal ball. Until Ole, tell me where you see. Where you see, girl? Where you see, girl? Where you see, girl? Tell me where you see. Tobago go sing for Carnival. Tobago go sing for Carnival. People like sand in the bacchanal. Tobago go sing for Carnival. Tobago go sing for Carnival. Tobago
Trinbago mash up for Carnival. Tobago mash up for Carnival.
Tobago go sing for Carnival.
Tobago go sing for Carnival.
And
I mean,
Trinbago mash up.
how do you feel naturally as an artist being able to make your contribution?
Well, boy, to me, it's a blessing, you know, because you see, once you are able to allow the God in you to manifest, it's nothing less than a blessing, you know. And you don't know how relieved and happy that I am here this morning talking about music, talking about creativity, talking about me for a change, you know. It's really a relief. So I should tell you how happy I am doing this. So I'm definitely going to continue on this part because this is what I attempted to do, and it transformed into every other thing that I am now.
Excellent. Certainly the contributor. So we want to thank you very much, Ainsley King, for joining us here and said, I thought you was going to give me a little song, give me a live performance.
But I ain't frightened that, you know, but I know time is time, or little time run out, because you know I ain't go back down from that.
And I just want to take the opportunity here, you know, as we're looking to wrap this morning. We're seeing on the live certainly support coming in. Pearl Dior, Kudos, Ainsley, Go Brave, lovely music. Eastlyn Alexander, nice vibes, I like it. Tobago, go sing for Carnival. Hey, and my cousin also in the mix out there, Denise Phillips, she's saying nice and sending the energy.
Oh God. But it's them song, you know, so they better enjoy it, because when I do it, I just had everybody in mind. So
excellent.
It's me song, so let's thanking me, but let me just get in the whole thing and just have a ball of fun and enjoy the thing, yes?
You've heard it here, enjoying ourselves for Carnival. We want to shout out this morning, Deandra, Anne-Marie, Camille Woods Phillips, just celebrating her birthday. Happy birthday to you. We trust that you enjoyed it. Roxanne Adams in the mix this morning, Anubia, also John with us. We're also seeing Ishla Bedlow, Reynolds Stewart, Kevin Gibbs, Denique, each and every one of you joining us on the live here this morning. We want to thank you so much for the continued love and support for the Tobago Updates morning show. We're wrapping it up here for this Friday, but stay tuned because we're heading straight on over to GMT. So we're going to get that music video that takes us out this morning. Tobago, go sing for Carnival.
Can't believe it. What you tell me, you see it. How you see, girl? What else you see, girl? No more shutdown. No more lockdown. They're coming here in George. Airport overload. Tobago go sing for Carnival. Tobago go sing for Carnival. People like sand in the bacchanal. Tobago go sing for Carnival. Tobago go sing for Carnival. Tobago go sing for Carnival. People like sand in the bacchanal. Tobago go sing for Carnival. And the bacchanal, they're missing.
it's a different type of thing down there. And we party till we drop down there. With a lot of pretty girls down there. Down in Tobago.
You can now get whatever you need whenever you need it anywhere in Tobago with Tapago. Your meals, medication, groceries, and shopping all delivered directly to you. No more hassle, no more stress. Get the Tapago app today on Google Play or Apple App Store.
That's TAPPOGO and let us deliver to you.
Check our website at www.tapogo.app or call the experts at 494-TOGO and 484-4746. Tapago. Relax. We will get it to you. Tapago's at your service.
Tobago Glass Supplies has been a leading name for over 37 years in the glass and aluminum market in Tobago. We provide an extensive range of high-quality, innovative aluminum and glass products for commercial and residential use. Competitive prices with superior and professional services by committed employees who are guided by rigid quality standards. Tobago Glass Supplies specializes in the manufacture and installation of glass and aluminum products that are essential to today's homeowners and the business environment. We are engaged in marketing, sales, and installation of a variety of products. These ranges from windows and doors to necessities such as mirrors for homes and vehicles, designed and manufactured in-house or imported.
Good morning, Tobago. Wake up with Candace and Denasia. Let's go. It's a brand new morning. Rise up to a brand new dawning. As the passion start to rise, the energy fills the
Welcome to Good Morning Tobago on Tobago Updates, your source for current affairs in Tobago, Trinidad, and the region, with the perfect conversations to complement your morning routine. I am Candace Jackson, and let's get started with the news in 90 seconds. 106 incidents were recorded yesterday, bringing the total of reports associated with the adverse weather conditions over the past 2 days to 249. The A&R Robinson Meteorological Office recorded over 212 millimeters of rainfall over the past 48 hours. The excessive rainfall caused flash flooding and it saturated the soil all over Tobago, causing many landslides and fallen trees. A total of 6 families had to be relocated due to structural damage. The Tobago Emergency Management Agency continues to coordinate relief efforts with the help of other state agencies. Schools will remain closed today, but principals, teachers, and staff are expected to attend and assist with cleanup efforts. Weather conditions are set to improve throughout the day, allowing government agencies to properly assess damages and begin cleanup. On to some other news. The Tractor Pool Unit of the Division of Food Security, Natural Resources, the Environment and Sustainable Development received 20 new vehicles. The cohort contains the most vehicles ever commissioned for the Tractor Pool Unit so far. Farmers will benefit from new tractors, excavators, trucks, rotavators, Ford Rangers, and other heavy equipment. And nationally, former national gymnast Tamar Williams initiated garnishee proceedings against the TT Gymnastics Federation for the judgment that still owed to her 4 years after the court ordered compensation. In 2018, Justice Frank Sipasad awarded her $200,000 for a $200,000 judgment for lost opportunities and endorsements after the TTGF biasly prevented Williams from representing the country at the 2016 Olympics. The judge ordered a freeze on TTGF's accounts for payment. However, the TTGF argued that the state was responsible for issuing this payment. The TTGF was given 1 week to file an affidavit or risk a court-ordered freeze on its accounts. And that was your news in 90 seconds. And of course, yes, we continue to have a lot going on. But I mean, today we're waking up to a little bit of a sun, and hopefully, you know, our ground can start to dry up and the cleanup efforts can get going, because I mean, there was a lot that happened in Tobago over the past 2 days. A lot of damages take place all around Tobago, but we have to say kudos and thanks to TEMA and all the other agencies that responded as quickly as possible. They cleared the roads where they were able to. I mean, you know, I know they were bombarded with a lot of calls from you all, but, you know, they need to be applauded, and we need to give praise and thanks for them being able to respond in the manner that they did. Of course, there's a lot more cleanup efforts that are going to be happening today, so you're going to see a lot more work crews out on the roads, you know, trying to fix things and trying to restore what can be restored. I mean, of course, we're speaking to changing times, especially where our climate is concerned. Yes, it's climate change that's causing some of these things and causing some more intense storms that we're experiencing. And, you know, I mean, as the days go on, we probably would connect with some of the experts to tell us a little idea, give us a little idea of, you know, what's been really happening, like how bad is it getting? Now, we've seen a lot of things happening within our environment. Our seas continue to be warming. We have, you know, coral bleaching being spotted out on our reefs, and something to be very, very concerned about, because, you know, if coral bleaching gets out of hand, then we lose our reefs. Then our coastlines don't get protected when we have more intense storms. We lose our fish population. There's a whole lot to be concerned about. But, I mean, there is hope that there are things that we can do. We can't stop it all, but there are things that we can do within our spaces just to make things better. And so we have our first guest online with us, and of course that is none other than Mr. Alan Stewart, the director of TEMA, who has been doing a great job and just leading the response efforts for everything that's been happening in Tobago over the past couple of days. Good morning and welcome to you. How are you doing? Oh, I think you might have to just put on the mic. You could just check with your mic to make sure it's on, Mr. Stewart.
Okay, tell me.
Oh, there we do. We can hear you now.
Very well. My apologies. Leave it on the ring.
It's okay. Yes. I know you've been working hard over the past few days. So, you know, how are things over at TEMA's headquarters?
Well, the team here is in good spirit. We are very optimistic coming out of a meeting that we had led by the Chief Secretary yesterday. We are in game. There is a possibility that we will see things moving in a galloping fashion, so that we can bring some resolution to the lives of those persons who have been so grossly affected by this current event. Today, we have just completed talks with the UDPM. We are sending a small list down to them. We'll see if that can get back in order to fast track the anticipated activities that we will be ensuing over the weekend. In other words, what is going to be happening on the ground is that there will be all hands on deck where the cleanup is concerned, so that we can bring back to a level of normalcy by Monday morning. So that is the game plan going forward. It means, therefore, that emergency teams will be ramped up to be on the ground. The Trinidad and Tobago Defense Force Reserve, the Trinidad and Tobago Coast Guard, the Trinidad and Tobago Regiment will have member teams on the ground, as we would have seen yesterday, to assist in this fashion of operation, so that things can move a bit faster. The divisions of the Tobago House of Assembly, they are key divisions. Subcommittees were established so that we can have, from a very high level, these executive level will push in two separate areas. One, to deal with the social fallout of those persons who have been affected, and also to deal with the infrastructural needs in terms of doing the necessary assessment to know what is appropriate in the reconstruction effort. For example, if I could give you one, let's, for example, the home in Telford. Appropriately, what may be the best steps going forward? Sometimes we have situations whereby you may have a retaining wall to be rebuilt, but the cost of the retaining wall far exceed the home that is at risk. You have those phenomena, and therefore the committee will look appropriately at these procedures to ensure the right decision is made at the end of the day. So all that needs to be done in a quick space. We have seen that there are 9 families that has been displaced, and as a result of that, the social services unit will be working very, very adequately to ensure that they appropriately treat with these persons from the point of view of having them in emergency accommodation over a period of time. So those decisions are going to be made as quickly as possible. Probably, that's the way we intend to move going forward.
Now, Mr. Stewart, we saw that over the past 2 days that your systems were very much tested in the sense that you had to have the response from your website, your social media pages, the calls, that sort of thing. So, but from your initial assessment, just looking back on your 2 days, are there any challenges that you guys encountered in terms of being able to respond to people when incidents came about?
Yeah, well, one of the key things I think that we have to improve on is our communications, and in terms of allowing the public, especially the affected public, to manage their expectations. Sometimes everything is routed through TIMA, and it's fair in the sense that we are the coordinating agency, and it's if a member of the public sees fit to just make a call to us on a minor matter, is for us to appropriate it to the right division, agency, whether it's government services, NGO, or what. But our communication needs to improve in the sense that we need to now let the public know what to expect and when to expect. So these things are categorized in a particular order where we will pay attention to the most important things first. For example, even to get to anyone, to help them, the road network has to be clear. So that's a major, immediate first priority. Even for the road to be clear, sometimes they may involve power lines, and therefore the power need to be isolated in order for the emergency crews to be able to do their work. Sometimes the onset of a landslide, people may want it to be removed urgently. I remember many years ago, there was a scenario in the Big River area where backhoe was swept off the roadway by a landslide while trying to clear a landslide into the river. So we understand these experiences. Sometimes the expectation of the general public don't go that far, but we understand the safety, and then the communication to what do you say, how do you respond to it. You have to be so appropriate in terms of the response. So that is one area that needs to be worked on. So we continue to work on that. Then there is the manpower need. We are talking with the executive, we are speaking with the management level to ensure that our SIR teams are up to the right strength so that the manpower could be there. In other words, the public gets to, they are calling an institution and they expect a response. And that response could be injured because the staffing body, sometimes the shift change, you don't have the numbers in order to do it. These are some of the tell signs that we have. And then there are issues sometimes in regards to mobility, the availability of transportation. These are things that we know definitely on the downside that we have to treat with. So in the after action review for good service improvement plan, these are some of the elements that will enter into the discussion, and we hope that things will improve going forward. So that speaks to the challenges that we have.
Now, even though you pointed out a few challenges there, I mean, we have to say in Tobago that we are very, very thankful for TIMA and your response, because, we see and just this thought thinking among the public that TIMA has been able to respond way better than the ODPM has been able to respond in Trinidad to their incidents. And earlier you spoke to, lending some hand, lending some of your services over to ODPM. I don't know if you're able to speak to, a sort of partnership or a sort of strengthening to their response in Trinidad at this point in time.
Well, I always say I don't want to take away any credit from anyone in the sense that our situation here in Tobago is different in terms of its structure. And when we speak about structure, I'm speaking about from an executive level. For example, TIMA operates within the office of the chief secretary. That speaks volumes. In the Trinidad scenario, you have a situation whereby the ministries are very much competitive across the board in terms of you have the Ministry of National Security will be enforced under the Ministry of National Security. You want to say, well, okay, that seems to be okay, but what is on the agenda? What is the most important thing to the Ministry of National Security will be crime, and therefore a disaster risk becomes something. Sometimes you're not sure at what burner it is on the stove. So you have those situations. Again, the Tobago space is quite simple, quite easy to move. We have had years of experience of hazard impacting us. So we come to the table well rehearsed, and based on our limitations, we have augmented that by our structure in which we operate. The other thing is that we have used methodologies that will allow systems to work on the ground for us. For example, decentralization of resources. We have a team that is very agile and is 24/7 in its operation. So it augments those or what we call ministries or divisions of the Tobago House of Assembly. For example, if you can't get a works to function 3 o'clock in the morning, there's a certain who go out and start looking at a landslide or covering a roof and things like that, augmenting the fire services and things like that in areas that are far remote. So you have that in our operating space, you have that flexibility. There are national challenges that we are treating with. I spoke about one of those this morning, and it has to do with disaster legislation. So we know that there's a draft bill that is going to go before cabinet to deal with the whole aspect of comprehensive disaster management. We always look at disaster from a response mechanism, but there's also mitigation. There's also things like land use policy and how we build, where we build. And these are the factors that we have to not, from a national level, bring into the space so that we can function effectively and have the necessary tools in place in order for things to happen at a faster rate.
And as you mentioned, that land use policy and knowing where we can build and how we can build in certain areas, did that have any impact on what we saw in terms of the floods or landslides here in Tobago? Was some of the things that some of the problems that we found, did that have anything to do with poor building codes, building management?
Certainly. Some of the slopes, some of the areas that we built, for example, persons will go onto a slope and they will excavate the land to the extent where the house can be placed on the slope, not realizing that they may need to put in retaining walls. So the retaining walls is never part of the construct. And you have that happening at certain classes of houses. So you have that situation happening in the main, whereby persons are building on slopes, people are living in clusters on these slopes, and therefore the runoff water sometimes impact the neighbor just below that. So if you don't have those elements regulated in a very strong way, they also impact as to how things are conducted. The other thing, not beating the general public too much, but looking at our public investment policy as it relates to climate change is another key area that we have to treat with in terms of how our road networks are performing. Is our existing road networks. So you have all infrastructure, all methods of drainage that sometimes are not fitting in properly with the onset of climate change. For example, what is happening in the Crown Point area? There's a depressed area in the Crown Point that we have to be paying attention to as to how we treat with this major challenge. So the area constantly is being flooded. You are seeing flood waters happening in a particular way. So even from an engineering perspective, we have to now do adaptation to allow for the onset of what is happening with these increased showery activities, very short bursts, but very heavy downpour in a short space of time. And how we treat with our drainage, how we treat with our roadways, all of these things really matters. Exactly, our roadways are cut mostly to the slopes. We live on the periphery of the island, and therefore the Windward Main Road, the Northside Main Road, they are constantly going to be under pressure by hydrometeorological events.
Right. And as we're getting ready to wrap up, Mr. Stewart, we can't stop the rain from falling the way it did in the last couple of days, and there's going to be more events like that, and perhaps worse than that. But which means that we really need to see about how we are living within our space and how we're using our land. And very quickly, would you be able to tell us, if people are waking up to that idea that we need to be very concerned about how we live within our environment?
It is happening, but it's not happening at the rate which you prefer it to happen. It needs to be, we have to be more aggressive. Our systems have to be more agile, meaning therefore we have to be responsive in the sense that we have to mirror the threat with our appropriate actions. It cannot be business as usual. And sometimes the mechanism that drives government policy sometimes just don't always move with the policy, in the sense that the executive may say we want to do X, Y, and Z, but you're working with a public service system that moves in a particular fashion. Is it fast enough? Is it agile enough? Is there enough flexibility in terms of procedural steps as to how we do things? For example, we are engaging in the process of even procurement during emergency times. What is more appropriate? How things can be done faster? So you have those challenges, but you expect people to wake up to address what is the onset, what are we experiencing now. We having these rainfall. It happened I think this is the second time for within a month's time that we have been placed on this kind of a level of alert as a result of adverse weather conditions. We didn't even say storm, adverse weather conditions. Twice in less than 30 days. On the 15th of last month, we were having the same discussion.
Yes.
So therefore, we are seeing the reality of what is happening with climate change, and I don't think that we have waked up sufficiently enough to deal with the adaptation.
Right. All right, Mr. Stewart, we'll have to leave it right there. But of course, this is a conversation that we need to dig deeper into, and then hopefully we as a society would catch on to that idea that we need to be careful about how we build, how we construct, and just be mindful that we're not going to be able to stop that rain, not going to be able to stop the intense storms, but there are things that we can do within our space to make sure that the impact from these weather conditions are less. So thank you so much for being with us, and we'll be speaking with you again. All right, viewers, well, that's it for this segment, but don't worry, we have a lot more coming up for you on the program, so please don't go anywhere.
Coconut's Cafe, the buffet restaurant that specializes in all your tasty local dishes for breakfast and for lunch. Breakfast includes coconut bake and sada roti served with chokers, bull joil and sausages in tomato sauce. Not forgetting beef and cheese pies, shepherd's pie, macaroni pie and rice in various styles. Meat served in a variety of flavors, garden salads and pasta salads. All this accompanied by fruit juices, coconut water, your choice of a great combination to appease your taste buds. So call us today to order, as we are here to accommodate your busy schedules or if you are having a cooking day off.
Energy fill the sky.
Welcome back to Good Morning Tobago. Now, as we were talking about natural disasters this morning, we need to turn to another not a disaster, another hazard we have within our space, and that is of fires. Yes, people, fires continue to be a concern because when you have fires happening in the bushes and throughout the island, that does affect, it destroys vegetation and so on. It causes the soil to be loose so that when we have 2 days of full rain and really over 200 millimeters of rain over a 48-hour period, then that dirt that's loose from the fires, that comes rushing down onto your homes and onto your roadways, causing damage and so on. So it is something that we need to be concerned about. And to speak to us a bit about Fire Prevention Week, we have online with us Mr. Jude Rogers, and he is the Public Relations Officer from the Tobago Fire Service. Good morning and welcome to you, sir. How are you doing?
Good morning to you and your listeners. I hope you can hear me loud and clear. I'm
Yes.
coming to you from the A&R Robinson International Airport.
Great. Thank you so much for taking the time to link in with us. So yes, we're talking about Fire Prevention Week. Now, this is something that people are not quite aware in our society about how much fires affect us on a yearly basis. There are some startling statistics. So I'm giving you the opportunity to share those with us now.
Right. In Trinidad and Tobago, we have an average of 700 residential fires occurring between Trinidad and Tobago. That means that we have approximately 2 fires per day. Now, that is a startling statistic. And since 2019 to 2020, well, to date, June 2022, we've had approximately 25 deaths surrounding fires in residential properties. That's quite an alarming statistic.
Yes. I mean, and then after we often have these conversations about how we treat with fires, how we are supposed to be careful within our homes and so on. But it seems as though that information is not sinking in to the public psyche because the fires keep happening. And then, like you said, 25 deaths in 1 year, that's a lot.
Well, it's for 25 deaths over a 3.5-year period, which average out to be just around 7.5 deaths per year. But the fact of the matter is that we in the Trinidad and Tobago Fire Service view prevention as being better than cure. And so as a result of that, I'm here in Tobago to work along with my counterparts in the Fire Prevention Department to raise the level of awareness of our citizens in Tobago and also in Trinidad. But I'm focused on Tobago because Tobago, we've realized that within recent times, I know you remember last year, we had some fires that led to the deaths of elderly persons. Yes. And so we're seeing a number of at-risk persons. We have the children who are at risk, and we have the elderly who is also at risk. So we want people to understand the time to act is now. Our theme this year is Fire Won't Wait. Plan your escape. It means, therefore, that we are not leaving it up to chance. We need to prepare our evacuation procedures and practice our drills with our families. We're also asking each member of the public to purchase a smoke detector for each bedroom, as well as a fire extinguisher, which will come in very handy. And of course, you must know how to use the fire extinguisher. So we want to use a system called PASS. P-A-S-S. P. Pull the pin. A, aim at the aim at the base of whatever is burning. S, squeeze the discharge lever. And the last S is to sweep from side to side in an evenly dispersed manner. And you can see my trusty fire extinguisher right behind me here in the airport.
Great. What role does the smoke detectors and having a fire extinguisher on hand, how does that help in, getting responding to a fire and preventing a total destruction of a home as opposed to just a little bit of a destruction?
Well, the thing about it is with fires actually have a lifespan. They have a pattern of growth. It starts off very, very small and then it grows exponentially. until it becomes full blown. Now it takes approximately 3 to 5 minutes for a fire to grow from a very small flame to a totally engulfed property. It means, therefore, if you are alerted in the early or the incipient stage of a fire, within that first 2 minutes, you have an opportunity to utilize your fire extinguisher once you've been properly trained, and you would be able to extinguish the fire because extinguishers are very, very effective on fires. And so we're asking members of the public, give yourself a fighting chance. You've worked hard for your properties. You've worked hard to put all of the niceties in place in your property. Why would you want to leave that a chance? Our properties are valued at approximately 500,000 and above. An extinguisher is just a fraction of that cost. And so too is our smoke detectors. So we've actually have an initiative that's taking place right now, where we've gotten the 6 major fire safety companies, and those companies are offering a massive discount to members of the public. So the time is now. You're not going to get a better opportunity than now to actually purchase smoke detectors and a fire extinguisher for your home. And this is going to run from now all the way through Diwali and all the way up to Christmas. Once our corporate sponsors, the fire safety companies, stay on board with us, and I think that they will, you're going to have a chance to buy your fire extinguishers and your smoke detectors.
Great. Now, when we're talking about fire safety as well, we need to talk about how we construct our homes, or even how we have our homes so that there's always a way of escape. What are some tips that you have for the public in terms of ensuring that there's ways to get out when there is a fire?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I must start. You're absolutely right. You're honing in on the fact that the way and the design of your construction of your home, you can either trap yourself like a jail, or you can make it in such a way that you can get out, but the bandits don't get in. So we are advising members of the public. It is now on the small building codes or in the law books that you must have a fire escape window in every bedroom that is above ground. In other words, if you have a 2-story building, a ground floor and an upper floor, the bedrooms are on the upper floor, you must install quick release fire escape burglar proofing. You can no longer trap yourself in your building and expect to get out. So that is one step. By design, you can design a fail-safe method for escape. Also, do not block your exits. If you have 2 ways out of your building, that is the ideal. So that if one exit is blocked, you can simply turn around and use the opposite exit. And the plan is to enact your fire escape plan. And it should be, from the time you discover a fire, you must raise an alarm. Shout, fire, 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 alerting all members of your family. Dial 990 on your way out with your cell phone and give the fire service the pertinent information so that they can quickly arrive at your address while you continue your evacuation process. Get to the muster point, which could be the street light over the road from your house. Do a roll call to make sure every member of your family is accounted for, and await the members of the fire service. Do not re-enter your building under any circumstance, as it may cost you your life. Those are the steps that we want members of the public to be aware of.
How often should your homes be inspected for their electricals to ensure that all is in place? Because we know a lot of house fires start because of faulty electrical wiring.
This is a very good point again that you're making. There is a requirement by the Electrical Inspectorate of Trinidad and Tobago. This is a government agency that gives TNTech the authority to connect your home with a supply of electricity. You must, by law, re-inspect your building for faulty wiring or for breaks in your wiring. Every 5 years, you must renew that certificate. Now, if you don't do that and you have a fire as a result of an electrical means, you will not be able to bring a case against the TNTech, or you will not be able to be compensated. It means, therefore, you must indemnify yourself by actually having a certified electrician perform the test in conjunction with the Electrical Inspectorate inspectors. And that goes across the board for every home in Trinidad and Tobago that is connected properly with a source of electricity that is authorized.
And then when it comes to, just making sure that your family, how family is accounted for and so on. Because, I mean, you even pointed out to earlier where if there's no you should not ever try to re-enter your homes when there is a fire. And we saw, I think it was earlier this year, that there was someone who perished in a fire after going back into their home to recover some items. You know, how, like, just how do we emphasize and make sure that people stay put and stay in safety when this is happening?
So last year we had a team plan, prepare, and practice your escape. This year we're saying fire won't wait. Plan your escape. The reason why we're saying that is because there is a level of uncertainty once a fire begins as to when that roof will collapse. How hot air and gases travel within a building only gives you a minute amount of time within which to have breathable oxygen available to you. So it means, therefore, we cannot take chances. Your building may be insured, your vehicle may be insured, but your life cannot be replaced. You can always get back a car, you can get back a PlayStation, but you cannot get back your life. And we're saying to members of the public, do not play Russian roulette with your life. Leave the valuables and get out of the building with your life. That is better than trying to go back and to save some physical item that you can replace. You are irreplaceable. We cannot stress that point enough. I have so many examples with my 20 years of experience in the fire service where I have investigated fires. And when I look at the deaths and I look at the circumstances surrounding that, I recognize that it's because persons did not follow the plan. They went back into the building. It could be for some simple valuable, and they lost their lives. And so this is why I'm in Tobago today, and I'm going to be with my other counterparts, the officers of the Fire Prevention Department located in Scarborough. And I'm excited to be here. I'm going to be visiting all of the different places, spreading the word of fire prevention, because it's going to make a difference even in one person's life. Then my job would have been a very successful one here today in Tobago.
And as we're getting ready to wrap up this conversation, is there any way for the members of the public to reach out to the fire service for advice as to how they can protect their homes and formulate their plans?
Definitely. I suggest to you to reach out to the fire service if you're in the process of planning to build. Bring your plans to us. Come to the Scarborough Fire Station. Bring in your plans. Have a discussion with the fire prevention officers there. Seek our advice. They are knowledgeable and they are well equipped to advise on where things should be located, how your fire protection devices may be located, how to utilize them. You can have a training development done at your job site. You can have it done at your school. And you can even reach out for them for literature, because we brought a lot of literature from Trinidad where you can actually draw and plan your own evacuation plan on these flyers that we have. So visit the fire stations and get advice. If you're looking for our Instagram and Facebook page, it's TT_fire service, TT_fire service, and Trinidad and Tobago Fire Service on Facebook, and you're going to get all the information that you need. Reach out to us. We're willing to share.
Great. Well, thank you so much, and we're looking forward to further collaboration with the fire service as we treat with, making sure that we are safe from fires. All right, thank you so much, Officer Rogers. And now we're turning from the fire service, we're turning over to the police service, because, I mean, we have to continue partnering with our police officers in terms of making our environment, making our society safe. Now, the TTPS are here to talk about something fun and special happening pretty soon within our space for our communities. And on set with us is none other than Corporal Jordan and Miss Charlotte Groom-Matthews. Charlotte Groom-Matthews. Great. Special good morning and welcome to you guys. So first of all, tell me about this community and sports day coming up. I'll start with Corporal first.
All right. Good morning. Good morning. Thanks for having us as per usual. Good morning to Trinidad and Tobago and your viewing and listening audience. All right. So the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service also deals with our welfare. We have been working all year long, and we live in a very challenging time over the last 2 years. So our social worker, Ms. Groom, is definitely the person that has put things in place for us to have a relaxing moment. So on Sunday the 9th from 3 p.m. we'll be having our Sports and Family Day, at the Dwight York Stadium, Bacalet.
Great.
Right, on that day, we'll have a number of activities, and I would allow Miss Matthews to enhance on, tell us about some of those activities that is going to be interesting to be part of.
So, Ms. Matthews, over to you.
Thank you for having us. So good morning again. We will be having a lot of activities. For the kids, we have bouncy castles. We'll be having kids races. We'll be having novelty races. We'll be having flat races. We also have a much anticipated over 35 versus under 35 football event where the seniors will be challenging the junior members to see who will reign supreme. We have tug-of-war competitions. That will be amongst the 3 zones. And we also have the highlight, which would be the ultimate tug-of-war between TTPS and the fire service. Yes, so we also have some artists coming in to bless us, to grace us with their music. So it's going to be a fun-filled day.
So basically what I'm getting from you guys is that we're going to be seeing the police officers in all their sporting glory.
Yes.
Yes, certainly, certainly. We are coming out. We are coming to show what the police can do. Right? It's a very competitive, friendly competition. For example, what we would have done, we have zone our division, the Tobago division. All right, so we have Zone 1, which comprises Crown Point and Sherburne Station. We have Zone 2, which encompasses Scarborough Police Station and all its departments. And then we have Zone 3, which includes Roxborough, Charlottesville, and Mariah Station. So these zones are ready. They are coming out. They're coming to mash up the place. We're going to have a good day. Because, I mean, you always see the police in a very serious light, but at the end of the day, as I said, I often say we are part of the community.
Yes.
And we need to have some fun, and we are also inviting the public to come out and enjoy the police and all other supporters. Our stakeholders are on board. We are getting great support from them, and this is what we want to do, community partnership. So it will be a great day, because we would have had some activities before this as well as last Sunday on the 2nd. We had our fun run. Prior to that, we had all-fours tournament at the Lowlands Mall, and it was exciting, and the excitement is building, and we are really looking forward to the officers, their family, and members of the public, our stakeholders coming out and having a great day.
Okay, so this is happening at the Dwight York Stadium on Sunday. Now, will there be a cost attached to people being able to attend?
No. There'll be no cost attached. People come and enjoy yourself. There'll be probably things on sale for people who choose to purchase stuff, but entrance fee is the entrance fee. No, none attached, and we just want person to come out and enjoy themselves.
Yes.
And why is it so important for us to have this this light time, I should say, this fun time with our police officers and even our fire officers?
Right. So as Corporal Jordan said, as he indicated earlier, the past 2 years have been a particularly trying time for our armed forces, for all our frontline workers. And so coming out of that, we've had a number of unfortunate events happening, you know, amongst the TTPS family and the fire service family as well. And so we decided that it was essential for our officers to have some downtime, for them to be able to enjoy the little time that God has blessed us with on the earth. And so we came up with the idea of having a day where we can just do that. Have fun, enjoy each other's company as a family, as a TTPS family, and by extension our other brothers and sisters out there in the fire service, in the army, etc. And just enjoy each other's company and have some fun.
And you mentioned a special tug-of-war between the police and the fire. So
Yes.
I'm going to throw this out to you. Who do you think is going to win that?
There's no debate. There is no the TTPS, Tobago Division, is going to take that.
And why?
Because we always win.
You always win.
We always win, and there is no... At the end of the day, it's a strength. It's a show of strength and power, fortitude, and we would ensure that the police service, Tobago Division, reign supreme.
Yes.
Well, I'm looking forward to the response from our brothers in the fire service.
Yeah, we put it out there. We put it out there. Let them come. We are ready.
Yes, the challenge is there. The fire services need to understand that the police are just supreme.
I love it. I love the show of sportsmanship because, again, we need to see as a public that at the end of the day, you guys are one of us. You're part of our community.
Right.
You are our brothers and sisters. So, you know, we need to have more of these light moments where we could see you guys in this light.
Yeah, definitely. That is the intention. This is just the first of the many things to come as relates to building closer relationships among the various divisions in the Ministry of National Security, as well as the other aspects of our society. So it will be something ongoing. There will be a number of tournaments taking place. As I said, we'll have for example, small goal tournaments, all fours happening among the various entities. So it's an exciting time to come. With the blessings of our commissioner and our executive in Tobago, we are going forward to make our officers comfortable, and of course our social worker, she has taken a great part in bringing this to a successful, close to that successful end, and we really appreciate what she have been doing for us thus far.
And of course we know that, I mean, this event there will be no concerns with safety.
No.
Well, it's police.
So the public is guaranteed to be safe when they attend.
Yeah.
Just think of the TTPS as the Tobago Avengers.
So then what will be the fire service?
Let's not get into that this morning.
Alright folks, so if you want to see the Tobago Avengers in action, aka the TTPS, come on down to the Dwight York Stadium on Sunday at 3 p.m.
Yes.
At 3 p.m. on Sunday, it's free of charge.
Yes.
Right? So yes, viewers, so you can come along with your cooler and so on. And would there be any activities for the public to participate in and see if they can compete against you guys as well?
Not at this time. We really wanted to celebrate the officers at this particular time, but we have football later this evening at the Lambo Recreational Grounds, so the public can come out 6 p.m. Come out and support your favorite officers.
Great.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, viewers.
Yeah, well, also we need to mention the officers will be singing on Saturday night.
Yes.
Karaoke.
Yes.
Wow.
So we'll be down at Johnny Q on the mall from 8 p.m. So we'll be extending our voices to the public. So we're also inviting the public, come out and see our officers freestyle.
That is something very excited to look forward to. I don't know if you're excited, but I think I am totally excited to hear this.
Yeah, definitely. We want it to be an exciting moment and a fun relieving experience. So as we said, we're inviting the public, all our stakeholders. We want to partner with you all, develop the community partnership, and also we have to take care of our welfare. Our health is important. We, as I always say, police officers are just part of the society. We are human. We have red blood like everybody else.
Yes.
All right? So we look forward to all the events starting with this evening, from 7 p.m. Lambo, Saturday night karaoke at Johnny Q,
yes.
And Sunday the 9th October, Dwight York Stadium, 3 p.m. Come out, meet the senior soup. He said he got beat we. So
he did it.
Yeah, so right now the competition internally stiff. It's very competitive. So we're really looking forward to making it happen on Sunday.
All right, viewers, so if you're like me and you want to see our officers in action and you want to see that good competition between them, you know, come on down. You had the various activities, especially, well, that karaoke. That karaoke is interesting. So, Corporal Jordan, are you going to be singing?
Let's leave that as a secret for the moment.
So maybe you'll surprise us
Just
then.
me or me not. So if you are there, you might be very fortunate.
Well, viewers, if you want Corporal Jordan to sing, then you need to come on down to Johnny Q and you need to cheer him on. You need to put him on stage and see what else he can do. I mean, he comes here and he speaks with us almost weekly.
Yes.
So let's see what other talents he has hidden under that uniform.
Right. So yeah, we look forward to the fun-filled moment. So I have some other talents. So as time unfold, you will see them. So
you're being modest right now.
Yes, yes,
He's
yes,
being
yes,
modest
yes.
right now.
So we look forward to seeing you all. Thank you all very much.
He's our superstar.
See, there we go. He's just being modest. So viewers, yes, if you want to bring out that superstar in Corporal Jordan, then you need to come on down to Johnny Q on Saturday. I mean, of course, there's the football happening on tonight at 6 p.m. and you need to see him in some action, probably running some races in the tug of war and so on.
Yeah, I'll let something out of the bag.
On
Sunday, more than likely, I'll be on the track.
Yes.
All right.
I'll be on the track.
Great. Well, thank you so much. And well, yes. So we have plans this weekend. We have some exciting plans this weekend. So viewers, I mean, it's a great way to stay safe. You know, come on out to some police sanctioned events. I mean, you don't have to worry about your safety. You know, it's all taken care of you, and some good, clean, healthy fun. And so you can enjoy with your families and so on. All right, it was a pleasure being with you guys this morning and, you know, bringing to you the latest updates and information that's happening within our space. So have a wonderful weekend, viewers, and we'll be doing it again at 7 a.m. on Monday. So see you then.
Yeah. Hey.
Tobago updates. Good morning, Tobago. Wake up with Candace and Denasia.
Let's go. It's a brand new morning. Rise up to a brand new